Jared Goff's not the greatest quarterback ever. He's solid, but he's probably not going to live up to the #1 billing. So I thought you would come in here and crush him.
Right.
And that's not going to be the case.
No, it's not going to be the case. It's not.
And this is why you watch the film.
I mean, this really is, because TV can't tell you everything.
Although you watched it on TV.
I watched it on TV.
Yeah.
And I'm going to apologize and start Pro Football Talk tomorrow. It was one of the best games I've ever seen Jared Goff play.
Wow.
I mean, if not the best. I watched it on TV.
517 yards last week against the Bucs. But he threw 3 picks, fumbled once. He's turned it over 9 times this season. Handoff is to Gurley, and over the right side, he's able to get 4. Quentin Jefferson on the tackle for Seattle.
It is pretty interesting that for a guy who throws for over 500 yards, you say, it really wasn't all that great. Anybody who watched the game would say he didn't play particularly well, and not just because of the turnovers either.
I'm going to have to side with Troy on this one, Sam. We also watched the film, and we had Jared Goff with a 58.8 passing grade, even though he threw for those 500 yards. Chris, come on, man. We're colleagues. You know, we've been on podcasts together and all that stuff, but we're just not seeing the game the same way when it comes to Goff last week against the Bucs.
Yeah, this is out there. I mean, way out there. It's not even that this was just not the best Jared Goff game, maybe ever. The best game he's ever played. It's not even close. Like, he wasn't good.
How about Thursday night last year against the Vikings? I mean, that was one of the best games we've seen from a quarterback over the last 2 years because he hit throw after throw after throw. I think Chris is maybe overrating the situation a little bit more rather than the actual performance.
Yeah, hugely. I mean, the entire argument he makes is that, he was under pressure a ton, he was getting his ass beat into the ground, which was true, right? But he didn't play that well. These are reasons why he didn't play that well. 3 turnover-worthy plays in that game. Missed a bunch of throws, a bunch of routine throws.
Right.
Inaccurate passes, just routine misses. Jared Goff was not even good in that game, albeit in difficult circumstances.
All right, let's check out some of the turnover-worthy plays, because he threw for 517 yards, but it could have been even more. He missed a bunch of open throws, and then when we talk about the turnovers, they were in a hole because of some of these.
Up
top, just completely misreads the underneath coverage defender.
Well, that's you can get one of those in a game and it'd still be the best game you've ever played, Steve.
He's had other games where obviously he didn't make any of these mistakes.
Look, anyone can make a mistake, Steve. It happens to the best of us.
And it's a clean pocket. There's no pressure on that play.
This is the problem, is that it isn't all down to the plays where he was under pressure. There were some very bad plays when he wasn't under pressure.
Here's another one, and then we actually saw this against the Seahawks as well on Thursday night, leaving some passes too far inside on out routes. One rule on the deep out, don't leave it inside.
Don't leave it inside, because that's where it can be picked off by the defender that's running behind it.
Yeah, there's a mug look. Double A gap pressure. They actually do a pretty good job of picking it up there, too.
And again, not really under pressure. Just a bad throw right to a defensive back who this time dropped it.
And then this is the really bad one. This is the one where they're trying to make their comeback. They still have a shot. Goff has led them in this comeback opportunity. But, okay, that's under pressure. But there's an alternative here. You could just get sacked and not fumble and have Sue take it back for a touchdown.
And here's the thing, we didn't even heavily downgrade him for the Shaquille Barrett interception,
which was iffy.
Right, we're giving him the benefit of the doubt on some plays, and yet, look, what are you doing?
You got to see the pressure. You got to have better. This is what we were talking to Patrick Mahomes for. Right. You got to do a better job in the pocket of avoiding that turnover.
So we've got 3 terrible plays there. We had from plays where he wasn't under pressure, no pressure whatsoever, 16% of his throws were uncatchable, inaccurate targets.
62 PFF grade with no pressure.
That is not good. That's bad. That's very, very bad. Now, it seemed to me that Chris was getting, romantic notions about quarterbacks playing under duress in the pocket, shrapnel flying everywhere, but the guy standing tall and delivering a few passes, right? Which is nice. It's a nice image. It's what the quarterback is there for. It's back into the old days of those guys being warriors. But he didn't actually play that well when that wasn't happening. A lot of bad plays, a lot of missed passes. This is just under no circumstance the best game he's played in the NFL. Unless all you had seen from Jared Goff was his rookie season.
So that's a good point.
Then,
if you just went 2016 Jared Goff and then watched this game, maybe it was the best game he played.
Then I could see the case. This is the best game of Jared Goff I've ever seen. because all I've seen from him was his rookie year and this. I don't think that's the case with Chris Sims, at which point I don't know where he's getting it from.
You know what, Sam? We're recording this on a Friday. In the Thursday night game against the Seahawks, he actually played better, and he still had 4 turnover-worthy plays in that game as well.
Yeah, not only was it not the best game he's ever played, it wasn't the best game he's played in the last week.
Yeah, I think that about sums it up. So a 62 grade from a clean pocket, 55.3 under pressure. Not bad, but we can't just give him credit because he was pressured on 32 dropbacks. It's a tough situation, but you have to play better when given that tough situation. Sorry, Chris, we just disagree with this one. We also disagree with the top button thing. This is very uncomfortable. I know it's your deal, but no, just can't do it. Thanks, Chris. We'll see you on the next podcast.
Thanks for watching the PFF YouTube channel. And if you want to subscribe, all you have to do is push the button. Don't forget everything you get. A little fantasy, push the button. A little green line for the gambling aspects of the game, push the button. College football, push the button. The YouTube channel from PFF.